brothers and I are the 5th generation on this place. We're in the state of Washington, but we're in the western part of Klickitat County. When the Oregon spotted frog came up, we were so involved to get in on there and try to come up with an agreement, because, you know, if I had to take the 1,100 acres of area that they were going to deem critical habitat of a 1,300 acre block, you know, I couldn't afford to lose that. That's what began this long process of going into and developing a plan that both the private individuals and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service could agree on.
The Endangered Species Act forbids take of endangered species, which is broadly defined to include things like accidentally harming or getting too near an animal. Originally, steep penalties and regulation on take were only designated to endangered species. During the Carter administration, federal bureaucrats adopted a broad regulation that was never approved by Congress, greatly expanding the ESA's impact. The regulation extends the take prohibition to all threatened species. Imposing the same burdensome regulations on all listed species severely undermines incentives to conserve them. If the prohibition didn't apply to threatened species as originally intended, it would provide an incentive to recover endangered ones. The Oregon spotted frog is threatened, not endangered. Hard-working families like the Kreps are not the only ones paying the price. Endangered and threatened species are as well.
If it wasn't for the hard work that the Kreps family has, their private property rights that they're protecting and preserving, there would be no spotted frog. Half of the water that serves that entire valley comes from a spring on their private property. They're managing and manipulating that water not only to benefit their crops, but to benefit the spotted frog and to benefit everybody in the United States that wants to know there's a frog in the Glenwood Valley. This is one of the biggest populations of spotted frogs in the Pacific Northwest throughout its historic range. And the only reason it's here is because of the hard work of the folks that maintain the agricultural landscapes.
We still maintain almost 500 acres of spotted owl habitat. One nesting pair in this SOCI area that we're at, the state of Washington claims they need 2,500 acres of habitat. So that really does affect you. I mean, we've got 500 acres. We pay the taxes, but not harvest any timber out of it. I'm not getting paid to go out and spend my time to try to work and develop plans. My brothers and friends and everybody else has to pick up my slack in order for me to spend, and it was probably close to 400 hours of my time in a year and 3/4 there to work on spotted frog issues.
If folks want to see species recover, let's reward the people that are doing the hard work every day out here. What they're doing costs money. It costs money to manage and hold water and to change the time on when you harvest a crop to benefit a species, but they're doing it. There needs to be a way that we can incentivize and reward people for positive benefits.
We are the stewards of the land. If we'd done something so bad, the frogs wouldn't be there. Our father's been gone since 1988, but he said, leave it better than what you got it.